All right, y'all. So today's date is the 12th, and this is for my Algebra 2 class. My name is Miss Chambers. So this first part here, this was the do now. So if you was in class, this was the do now. And if you took notes on the PowerPoint from last class, then we know that our power would be the number that's on top, and our root is the number in the bottom. So the way we set it up is the power be the number on the inside and the root be the number on the outside. So if I remember that, if I look at number 1, this will be x to the power of, the number at the top will be 3, so I'll put that on the inside. And then, I wrote it in the wrong colors, so this would be green. 3 here, and then the root is 4. So if I do number 2, this would be x to the power of, the power would be 5, and the root is 3. But let's look at number 4. Number 4, now we got to write it backwards. So I know that my power is the one on the inside, and then my root is the one in the outside. So if I'm working backwards, I have x to the power of 7. So 7 goes on the top, and then my root is 6 goes on the bottom. So if I were to do number 5, this one would be x to the power of 2 over 3. And then this one, whenever we see a square root, there's an invisible 2 right here. And whenever I do not see an exponent, is an invisible 1. So this one would be x to the power of 1 over 2. So let's move on to solving equations with rational exponents. So to solve equations with rational exponents, we just have to do the inverse. So let's look at number 7. I'm going to zoom in. So to get rid of this exponent, I have to raise everything to the inverse exponent. So I have to raise everything to the power of 3 over 1. So then x would be equal to 2 to the power of 3 over 1, because this is going to cancel out these exponents. So this is going to cancel out that exponent, and now I have x by itself. So if I just use my calculator and I put 2 to the power of, put your exponent in parentheses, 3 divided by 1, press enter, my answer is 8. So I have x is equal to 8 is my answer. Let's do number 8. Same way. So if I have x to the power of 1 over 2 is equal to 4, I have to raise everything to the power of the inverse fraction. So this will be 2 over 1. So 4 to the power of 2 over 1. I'm going to put this in my calculator. 4 to the power of 2 divided by 1. Enter is equal to 16. So x will be equal to 16. So that's the simplest version. Let's go to a little bit more complicated version. So y'all remember when I used to solve for a variable, we have to work PEMDAS backwards. That's basically what we're going to do here. So I'm trying to solve for x. That means I'm trying to get x by itself. So first I need to get rid of this 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. That's going to give me, I'm going to write my answer over here. I'm going to have x plus 5 to the power of 1 over 3 is equal to negative 6, because I just canceled these 6's out. So now I have my exponent. So I have x plus 5 to the power of 1 over 3. I'm just rewriting my problem so I can have room to write. So now to get rid of this exponent, I have to raise everything to the power of 3 over 1. It has to be the inverse, 3 over 1. So now this is going to give me x plus 5 is going to be equal to, get my calculator, negative 6 to the power of 3 over 1. That's equal to negative 216. So notice I got rid of my parentheses now. So this would be negative 216. That's a 1 right here. I know we can't see it because of the line. Now I got to get rid of this 5 because x is still not by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5. I got to do the opposite. If I subtract 5, I have x is equal to negative 216. Oops, wrote my number. 216 minus 5 is equal to negative 221. So that's how I would do number 9. So let's do another example. Let's look at number 10 because it's a little different. So again, we're trying to do PEMDAS backwards. So first, I'm going to move anything that's being added or subtracted. I see that the 5 is being added, so I'm going to do the opposite. Minus 5, minus 5. As a result, I'm going to have 8, parentheses, x plus 1 to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to, I should have wrote my answer. I should have wrote it over here. But 59 minus 5 is going to be 54. Sorry, you guys. I should have wrote it on the other side. But now I got to get rid of this 8. So we're going to move up the ladder. Let's move anything that's being multiplied or divided. So I'm going to move this 8. It's being multiplied. I know it's being multiplied because it's right next to the parentheses. So I got to divide everything by 8. So I'm going to write my new equation over here. So 8 divided by 8, that's going to cancel out. So I have x plus 1 to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to now 54 divided by 8. Let's see what that equals to. So I don't know that by heart. 54 divided by 8 is 6.75. So we're going to put 6 point, wait, did I do that right? Yeah, 6.75. There it is. 6.75. Now I'm on the exponent now. So I got to get rid of this exponent. How do we get rid of exponents? We got to raise it to the inverse exponent. So this is 3 over 2. So I'm going to raise everything to the power of 2 over 3. That's going to cancel out these exponents. So now I have x plus 1 is equal to 6.75 to the power of 2 over 3. Let's see what that equals. So 6.75 to the power of 2 divided by 3. If I press enter, 3.57. We're just going to round that up to 3.57. So this is going to be equal to 3.57. But as you can see, x is still not by itself. Excuse me. So we got to get rid of this 1. We're going to do subtract 1. Subtract 1. So now I'm going to continue my work down here if it's okay with you guys. I have x is equal to 3.57 minus 1. 3.57 minus 1 is equal to 2.57. So our answer is going to be 2.57. All right, so let's look at number 11 and 12. Now, they're just like numbers 9 and 10, but first, we have to change this radical into a rational exponent. So remember when we kind of did that here for the do now? That's what we have to do here. So we take our base. We have x minus 4 in parentheses. And this is the same as saying, remember, if I don't see an exponent, it's an invisible 1. So this is my power. The 1 is my power. The root is 3. So remember, the power goes on the top. So the power of 1 over root is at the bottom. Is equal to 2. So now I have it in a way that I'm familiar with. Now I know I have to raise everything to the power of 3 over 1. 3 over 1. So this would give me x minus 4 is equal to, let's see what 2 to the power of 3 over 1 is equal to 8. So it would be equal to 8. To get rid of that 4, I have to add 4 on both sides. So now I have x is equal to 8 plus 4 is 12. So try to do number 12 by yourself. So this would change to, remember, if I don't see the number, then it's an invisible 2 here. So this would change to 4x to the power of 1 over 2 is equal to 10. And then I have the plus 2 there. So try to do this one by yourself and try to do number 13 and 14 is extra credit. So if you do this, if you're doing this at home or in tutorial extra, and you show me your paper, I will give you 10 points extra credit. If you need any help with this, please come to tutorials, all right? Tutorials are every day. Tutorials are every day. Y'all know I can't spell. Every day at 7:30 a.m. All right?